Today's lesson is on brushes. Brushes have been an important tool of jazz drummers since the early 1900s, but they are often forgotten about and or misunderstood since the majority of our drumming is with sticks. But in my opinion, in order to really have a firm understanding of jazz drumming, we must delve into the wonderful world of brushes. Now, brushes are generally much more challenging to play than sticks, and I think most drummers would agree with me. And there's two reasons why. One, they give us no natural rebound, so we really have to work to get multiple bounces. Two, they're quiet by nature, therefore it can be very challenging to play them at a forte volume, which can easily be achieved playing with sticks. Listening to and watching videos of the masters, it's quite apparent to me that with brushes, it's more about the style, the artistry, tone quality, and musicality than it is about chops. In fact, there are many incredible things we can do with the brushes that we can't do with the sticks. So it behooves us to bring those brush talents out when we play. Now, some of my personal favorite drummers to listen to and watch play brushes include Papa Joe Jones, Vernell Fornier, Albert Tootie Heath, Ed Thigpen, Louis Hayes, Elvin Jones, Specs Wright. And some more current drummers include Kenny Washington, Jeff Hamilton, Clarence Penn, Greg Hutchinson, and the brush wizard himself, and also a tennis buddy of mine, Clayton Cameron. Now, because brushes is so much about personality, style, and musicality, it can be challenging to teach. However, there are some basic fundamentals that we all must know and be able to execute if we want to establish a good sound, tone, and overall feel. While most people know the brushes can be used to play quietly, especially on ballads, it's also important to know that the brushes can be played with the same intensity and at almost the same volume as with sticks. Two great examples of these contrasting dynamics being used include Shadow Wilson on Billy Taylor's Billy Taylor Touch album. On that album, you can hear how Shadow Wilson earned his nickname, Shadow, because throughout the whole album, he's playing in such a whisper-like yet swinging manner. And in contrast, check out Tommy Flanagan's album, Overseas, featuring Elvin Jones, where at times you could swear he's playing with sticks, but he's actually playing with brushes on the whole album. In order to achieve the optimum dynamic range, it's imperative that we explore the three basic techniques that Elvin and Shadow Wilson and all the other great brush players utilize. Interesting enough, the following basic brush strokes mimic the basic tap techniques used by tap dancers. When non-drummers think of brushes, the first sound that they think of is the shh sound. Whether it's the sound of sweeping the floor or brushing our teeth or even the street being cleaned, that sound is everywhere. And we can get that sound with the brushes on the drum by simply sweeping over the head. Notice how my wrists are not moving separate from my forearms. That helps to produce a more even tone across the drum. As I continue, notice how with changes of pressure and or changes in the size of the circles in each hand comes a change in volume and intensity. Now the slap is a sound that can help give your brush playing more personality, more overall sound, and just more attitude. The slap is produced with an aggressive downstroke aiming to make the portion of the wires closest to the brush shaft hit the drum first and all at once before the rest of the wires. And make sure to practice all of these different strokes with both hands. Now the tap is a very important and great technique to use when playing fast. And it helps play our singles, doubles, and any other rudiments with more precision and clarity. For this stroke, you want to aim to make the tip of all the wires hit the drum at precisely the same time to produce a more stick-like sound from the drum. In order to do this, you must lift the brush, come down with a fair bit of velocity, which creates weight. Then you will abruptly stop the brush, sending the tips of the wires into the drum first. Depending on the lift height and the velocity at which you come at the drum, different dynamics can be achieved. While there are numerous complex patterns out there that we can try to learn and perfect, it's important to be able to get a good sound and feel with this basic swing pattern that involves all the basic strokes that we've discussed thus far. I want you to notice how my left hand is moving in a circular counterclockwise motion. This just happens to be my preference, as I feel like I can get the fullest sound moving in that direction. However, there are many drummers who go clockwise, and that works perfectly fine as well. Something else to consider is snares on or snares off. I prefer the open tone of the drum with the snares off, but there are times I keep the snares on for certain sharper effects, or if I need to play at louder volumes. With ballads, try to keep it simple so that you can respond to what you hear. Remember, it's all about the sound of the brushes, especially on ballads. And make sure to breathe with the melody and the phrases of the song. Of course, you also want to breathe with the soloist. So that's it, brush basics. Make sure you stay tuned for the next lesson because it's going to be part 2 of this brush lesson, which I will be talking about playing up-tempo brushes as well as some more soloistic ideas that will definitely help you. I want to send a shout out to my friends over at Vic Firth, especially Christian, for hooking me up with great sticks and great brushes. And today I'm using the Heritage brush. I really love these brushes. They feel very comfortable. The wires are very responsive to my touch, and also they make it very easy to produce a good sound from the drum. So make sure to check these out. They're purple. Can't miss them. Until the next time, don't rush. Brush.